Okay, so essentially first job is tear everything down. So we've completely stripped the door, we've taken the glass out. The glass is actually all right. The whole body of the stove, everything's in really good condition. Obviously we've got a direct air kit with this stove, which I think is quite an expensive option from Chesney, but either way it's included. So I want to replace the main handles because I think they look a little bit chipped and nasty, and I want this to look really smart. We're going to replace obviously the rope kit and the entire brick set. Thankfully for us, obviously we know people in business. So we can get the brick set and the rope set from theTortoise, and we'll obviously include all the costs for all of that. And now we've just got to completely wire brush and strip this, repaint it, and then essentially reassemble it, and we've got a next to brand new stove. Okay, one thing that a lot of people quite rightly get nervous about is spraying, because obviously if we hear about cars and spraying, you've got to do everything really, really well. The wonderful thing about stove paint and spraying stoves is you don't have to get it right. These surfaces, these coatings are porous. They're not about sealing the whole thing up. They don't have to be done perfectly. The traffic is coming past, but we've got a couple of bits and we've prepped them, we've wire brushed them as you've seen, and we haven't done it perfectly, we've just roughly done it. And now we're simply going to start spraying off of the surface and come onto the surface and then stop when we get off again. And that's all the magic to it, and it's very simple. So start off and on. We repeat that the whole way around the whole thing, and it's very easy. If we get it wrong and we start on the project, all that matters, all that means is that we get a little bit of spatter, which will very quickly dry and disappear. So even then it's not a disaster and we can just go back over it. So yeah, chill out about spraying, it's easy. In terms of distance whilst you're spraying, as you can see, I'm varying it a little bit, but I'm tending to aim about 6 inches away. The key thing is patience. Don't try and do all the layers in one by getting really close. Take your time and layer it up. The finish is always, well, as long as you've got a clean surface underneath, it's basically easy to get it perfect. It shouldn't be something that you get wrong. Look at all that rust, all that orange. I haven't even wire brushed that off. Granted, it's the underneath of the stove, which is why I haven't really cared, but look, it comes up perfectly. Well, it's gorgeous weather out today, so we thought we would re-rope this stove. Obviously, we've got some rope from theTortoise because they are the best at providing all your rope and brick needs. But either way, we're going to do the whole job because we figure that's proper. And I'm going to start by fitting the glass. So we get our bit of glass seal, and then we spend at least 10 minutes trying to peel off the self-adhesive backing. There we go. We pick a corner, any corner, pull it taut but don't stretch it, and then we force it round the corner, and it will actually just fold round the corner, as it won't do it until the backing's off. Peel it and just twist it round the corner, right up, and then again, push your finger down and just fold it round the corner, and you're away. Bring it to the end and snip it. So that's perfect. And we get our piece of glass. I didn't actually replace the piece of glass. It's not perfect, but as far as I'm concerned, it's good enough. So, and then we've got our glass clip. Just screw them in. Now what's important here is you just do them up until they come into contact with the glass. And you do that with all four, just in contact. And then I'm going to attempt with just a quarter of a turn, or a third of a turn in fact, no, quarter of a turn. And then I'm going to make sure that the glass can still move up and down like that. If you can hear that noise, that means we've got a bit of movement in there, which means we're not going to crack the glass when it heats up. If you get your products from theTortoise, you'll get a little applicator on the glue, and that you will cut at a 45-degree angle, and that is now ready. We will take our rope. Our ropes always come with the ends sealed. So we pick a starting point, which you can pick relatively arbitrarily, and I'm going to pick here. And you'll notice that rope actually has a sort of flatter side and a taller side, and you always position it so that it's at its tallest. So we don't want twists in the rope like that. We want it dead straight and on the taller side. And that way, obviously we don't stretch it either. We slowly feed it round. Then, people always overuse this stuff. You use a very small amount, peel off the backing, and we put it right over where we're going to do it, loop it round, and then we snip it halfway, which leaves us the offcut. In case we make a mistake and we want to use that offcut, we'll always save that. And now we simply run a thin bead. The applicator on this is one of the reasons why our rope kit is so good. It runs a perfect bead of silicone. Too much and it'll squeeze out, too little and you'll have to redo it. It is quite literally the best glue applicator for this I have ever used. And I know I'm bound to say that because I sell it, but at the same time, there's a reason it's the best one, and that is because I sell it. I don't want to sell junk. I want the best thing. And obviously afterwards, we can reseal it. And then finally, we take our rope and we run it round in exactly the same way, not twisted, on the sort of taller side. Of course now we've got too much rope, so we'll even that out, take the stretch out of it, and that, as you can see, is beautifully done. No twists, no flattening of the rope, positioned correctly, so we've got full sponginess. Glass can move, and it looks neat and tidy. So that is bolting it back together. We've got to now put some bricks in and a few finishing bits. We've actually replaced all the handles as well because they weren't quite up to scratch, as you can see here. to be honest with you, it's come up so brilliantly well. We've also decided to review this stove, and if you want to see that video, it's linked at the end. Obviously, if you're looking to do your own renovation, theTortoise sells many of these things. We do the bricks, the glass, the rope kits. Obviously, if you've got a specific requirement, you could send that to us and we will make that for you as well. So there's a lot of stuff on there, new glass clips as well. We're even doing the spray now as well. So although I picked a standard black, you could be much more interesting. You could get pink, you could get brown, you could get, I don't know, forest green. Anyway, if you've got any comments or questions, chuck them below and we'd love to come back to you. Thank you very much for watching.